So, welcome everybody. What do we recognize what's going on all over the world? So, these are images from the billion protest where a billion Philippine people stand up against the corrupt government in the Philippines, which steal $1 trillion from the Philippine people. And that's why they cannot pay the bills, and the government shuts off their electricity, is starving children to death, and of course, flooding them also. So many people are victims of the flood, victims of government corruption. And when the government fucks around, they will find out. So I already heard from someone who was speaking in Tagalog on TikTok. I saw the English translation. But yeah, the ICC should arrest Marcos. And needless to say, that drug addict Marcos needs to be arrested, but the ICC is bankrupt. The justice system is failing the people due to government corruption worldwide. We see the same thing in the Netherlands, but there is something going on with these protests. The mainstream media is framing these images, yes, but this anger is completely deserved, yes. And when the anger sparks, it's difficult to maintain control. So the police indeed need to shame themselves because they should arrest the government. So where is the Philippine police arresting the government? And the same thing should happen in the Netherlands, in Germany, in France, in the USA, in Canada, the whole Western world. Uh, we are living in the end times, and we need to speak out, and we need to see through the division. We need to see through how the mainstream media is brainwashing certain people, and they become your opponents. But this is, when the government makes a mistake, the government should be held responsible. And we, the people, we need to take the responsibility uh, that we arrest them. Yes, so we should go after them and arrest them, put them in jail, because that is where they belong. All over the world, it's the same story. Utterly evil people, greedy, selfish, all on drugs. So we need, same as in sports, drug control. They need to urinate, or else you cannot be a president of a country. It's insane that we have all these drug addicts as presidents of the country, yes? In the Netherlands, or the NATO chief, also a drug addict. That's why his skin is a little bit tough. But they are completely, we see it, and we should not follow evil people. So, as people, we need to understand there is no duality between left and right, it's only rich and poor. Yes? So, the elite rich that are responsible for this, well, if they fuck around, they will find out. But we see already in Nepal, for example, Gen Z burned down, and on WhatsApp, they chose a new prime minister. Yes? So with the mobile phones and WhatsApp, in Nepal, Gen Z chose a new prime minister and they burned the old one down. And that is also what is going to happen in the Philippines. And if you are, the elite rich are actually in danger because they are not safe. Their behavior is the cause that they are not safe. And if they hide in their bunkers and think they are safe, no. We are living in the end times. Nature will destroy civilization. And nature does not look how much money you have, yes? And if you are hiding in your bunker, nature will get you, yes? Then you will be buried alive. So that is one thing. Um, and needless to say, if you are so evil, this life is really short. Yes, your physical life is really short. And if you do evil, your life in hell will be longer. Yes, and your life in hell is longer. You stay longer in hell if you behave bad on this planet. So I want to clarify also this. Yes, when poor people are stealing to survive, it's not stealing, it's just simply surviving. Oh, he tried to survive, so he took that food. Okay, he tried to survive. That's not a crime. But when utterly rich people are stealing, besides that it is utterly evil, it is a crime. And theft of trillions of dollars should be, well, I hear that the Philippines want to they are going to overthrow this government, and then they not only want jail time for Marcos, for crackbong Marcos, crackhead Marcos, eh? No, they want and they will ask for the death penalty, and they already named a few possibilities. They were talking about hanging, electrocuting, or some chemicals. I do not remember all of them, but they are very creative. So they have options for utterly evil people like that. So my opinion is, they need to be put outside the system. All the psychopaths we need to put outside the system. And now you have a psychopath in the Philippines, a psychopath. Well, Biden was also a psychopath, uh, and a PDS. Eh? All of them are in the Epstein book. But yeah, I do not know how long I will keep this channel, uh, because YouTube already removed one content when I just was speaking out about an innocent woman with a good heart that got her head thrown in with a stone. And you know what YouTube said to me? That I was offending and other stuff. But I find it really funny that I was offending. I never have the intentions to offend anybody, but calling an idiot is not offending. It's just recognizing what it is. It's not even trying to demonizing. Yeah, a psychopath is a psychopath. We invent these words so we can address them to, for example, the NATO chief Mark Rutte is a psychopath. Trump is a psychopath. Trudeau is a psychopath. Marcos is a psychopath. And what do they all? They create division. They get people from other countries to fight their own people, or it are not their own people because that's not how they see it. They are utterly evil people. And we need to see through the games that they play. So a lot of this violence is also orchestrated, yes? So it's like a paid group of protesters doing a test with the police. I do not believe that we see that right here now on the television. This is the Philippines, but in the Netherlands, they are talking about, well, it was orchestrated, that was obvious. And if you ask my opinion, I can see clearly that. One moment. So you have certain people talking to each other, like Boudet, Wilders, and Els, and the police, and Schoof, and Dutch intelligence. And somebody was saying that it looks like Dutch intelligence was paying certain people to orchestrate this disaster that happened. Um, and yes, these are tactics that governments use, I know. And if you see it, well, I can say that all the nationalists that were on the field and just letting their voice be heard, they were doing nothing. They had different clothes and they had flags. So the ones that were doing that, they all had a hoodie and a certain type of clothes. So you tell me if this was orchestrated. Well, actually, I warned people not to go there because I already saw it. So exactly what I said, what was going to happen, did happen. And I do not even like to fortune telling or to predict the future, but if it's so clear, it's so clear. And what does the media do? The media before was also doing all that. So, because there is so much violence, let's pray that the protesters are safe because the police has protective gear. But I already saw somebody, he looked pretty dead to me, let me tell that much. And also how they arrest the people. And I just want to ask the police, what is justice? For example, Marcos is a thief. He stole $1 trillion of the Philippine people. That's why they are standing there. So Marcos is creating poverty for what? For depopulation. Which agenda is depopulation? WHO, WEF, the Zionist agenda. And Europe is turning more and more into fascism. And if you look up what fascism means, let me do that. So we have a little bit of break of the protest in the Philippines. What was I searching? Oh yeah. So, yes, you can read it. So, it says it in screen what it is. Fascism is characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition, belief in a natural social hierarchy, subordination of individual interest for the perceived interest of the nation or race, and strong regimentation of society and the economy. Let me see if I can. Let me click here. But the people, they want a democracy, eh? And we see, they want to put the countries in. Oh, I didn't know that that famous guy was there. That could be a reason to delete my content, actually. Well, actually, I already say the wrong words. But what can I do? I need to speak the truth, and we need to see true things. We need to observe and absorb more of the truth. So we need to be we need to be honest and understand what justice truly is. But justice is not served to the people. And that's why we need to stand up, and all these police, they need to arrest Marcus. They need to arrest the utterly evil people. And that are not the people that are protesting. So when you fuck around, you will find out that also counts for the government. Yes? And if the people want to clear out a country like what is happening now in the Netherlands, then the politicians better run, because there were times where the Dutch people ate the president. They eat him in 1800 something. So there is nature that will teach them a lesson. When you fuck around and find out, the people will teach them a lesson, and karma will teach them a lesson, and the afterlife will teach them a lesson too. So the utterly evil people might not even be aware how much they are hurting themselves. So I'm happy I'm a good man, so I can solve a lot of my karma that I had stacked upon in previous life. We say be a better version tomorrow. Well, let's make this life your better version of your previous lives as well. Because in this life, you can do the efforts so you can go in your afterlife to a much better place than hell. It will not be heaven, but it will be better than hell. And they call it, I believe in English, the lake of fire. If I remember the lyrics of Nirvana. So, if the police did their job, they would have arrested Marcos, yes, and also the police in the Netherlands, they should arrest certain politicians. Rutte should be arrested for all the crimes that he did. So, no, it's not that the Netherlands is a better country than the Philippines. Absolute not. And we are not better than the. Yeah, this is the one. Oh, yeah, maybe I need to swap now, because that is definitely too horrible. Too horrible. That was the person that looked a little bit too much unalived. So all the people that have their own life with food and a roof above them top, and they see this and they are going to condemn this, and they are going to look away from the politic corruption, you should be silent. You have no right, heart, thus no right to speak. Yes, you should be silent. If you look comfortably away from all the protests that are going on, but you condemn the people that are trying to survive, that makes you also utterly evil. Yes, but you will get it also. You will get it also. Yes, because if you look away and you have no heart, when you have no heart, you are lost. Yes, when you have no heart, oh my God, your life is going to be, and your afterlife is going to be, oh my. But yeah, you do not need to take my word for it. Here we see some more brutal police brutality. So violence is not what I see as a good thing. But I see violence as a consequence of choice when you go over too many borders. Yes? So now there is police violence, is also not okay. So violence on its own is not okay. But it is that violence will meet violence. Yes? So, and if you are too evil, you will meet evil. If you make people angry, you will get violence. And this is all the responsibility for from the government. That's what people need to know. It's all the responsibility for the government that everybody has food and a roof above their heads. That's why you pay the government. And if the government is stealing all your money and throwing you in that type of poverty, then all the cities will be burned down to the ground. And if that did not happen yet, nature will wipe it away. Yes? If a civilization, when it's on the verge, like we see now, it will go down. It's not allowed to go into the future by divine will, by universal law. And if you understand universal law and divine will, then you will understand me. Or else you will find out in the future and remember me what I say, yeah, or what I said. You will remember it because this will not stop. And I know also some groups, the New People Party, they have the good group and they have the aggressive group. So I'm saying, okay, the aggressive group makes way, but we need qualified people in position. So you do not change positions from criminal to the other criminal. No, we need good, sincere people. But it's really difficult because the government is pissing off both sides. So both sides will probably be angry on me because I speak out about the truth and what is good and what's not good. And I do not speak, I don't do, I do not participate in the madness. I will not let myself divide myself into left or right, because that's where it starts. I will not allow myself to get divided by religion. I don't care about what you believe because I know it. You are still a believer. I'm a knower. I know about the Creator. And the Creator had the Messiahs and his line of apostles and great people, enlightened people. And I learn from that. So we need to become wise men. And we need to recognize these evil people because they are doing their best to be very charming. But we also need to clear our mind first before we are going to shape and form our opinion. And not like, oh, look what they are doing. They're destroying everything. They are bad. No, they are not bad. They are surviving. The only bad here is the government. The only bad here is the police because they are not arresting the government, which is stealing. But the government is stealing and paying the police a little bit more, so they shut up and they still stand there. So they are equally evil. That's how I see it now. Yes, that's how I see it. And that does not mean that I say all police is bad. No, not all police is bad. Not all policing is bad. But this is bad. Yes? Where there are two fighting, two are guilty. But we need to end government corruption, and that's what we need to speak about. That's what I say. They will burn it down till the ground. And the mainstream media is not talking about this, yes? It's not like, hey, the government is wrong in the USA, in Canada, in the Netherlands, in Germany, in Belgium, in the Philippines, in Indonesia, in Nepal, in Japan, in China, etc., etc. Not even to mention the war that's going on in Sudan. Uh, hmm? Are 99% of the poor people all bad? No, it's 1%. They use the mainstream media to demonize nationalism. Yes, and that's why we will see more orchestrated protest also. But this one is not orchestrated. This is because the government corruption got so far out of hand, and of course, the Philippine people do not need to take that. And all the rich people need to think twice now. And there were rich people with a red Lamborghini or a car like that, a sports car. I believe it was a Lamborghini. And they put on the side of it with white lettering, it was a red Lamborghini or a red Ferrari. And on the side of it, not paid with people's tax money. So yeah, I'm really thankful for those rich people and they were going into the together with the poor people. And then I think, yes, not all rich people are bad, but we need to get rid of the evil rich people that are causing this. We need to get rid of the evil government in every country. We need to free the world from corruption. And corruption starts in our mind, corruption starts in our own heart. So we need to free our mind from corruption, we need to free our heart from corruption. Or else we agree with government corruption. Because if you do not free your mind from corruption and your heart from corruption, and you are the president of the country, then you will get corrupt also, because its power and greed is difficult to handle. And that's why they are all on drugs. All are blackmailed because they did something with children, and you know what, on the Epstein thing. Yes, and that's why they allow themselves to do this, because then obviously but the information is leaking everywhere, all over the world. It's not even that much important that I say it again. I repeat what others say. So it's not my own opinion. Uh, I stand with good people. I stand with the people of the heart, and I stand for justice. I do not stand for revenge. I stand for justice. And justice must be done. And in the Philippines, they are very Christian. Well, I let them know Jesus chose justice over corruption. So, if we want to have an opinion about others, first we need to look to ourselves. Did we made a mistake in our lives? Are we going to take it? You know, if we have it comfortable and look away when others are suffering, that is evil. That is corruption of the mind. That is corruption of your heart. And then you are not a good person, but a bad person. And we are living in the end times. And I hear Noah when he was shouting out, hey, I know all the bad ones are going to perish and they will not go into the future. Yes? But I will go into the future, but the bad ones not. Because we live in the end times. So you better become a good person. And that are my last words for today, because I think this content also will be deleted by YouTube, like they did with the previous one. So if I stay an hour, I wasting more of my time. So I'm going to check if this one is going to stay, so I know what is possible on YouTube. So please pray and protest against government corruption worldwide. Bye bye.